Because war is one of the most serious things that humans do. And I was born in 1970. And in the period I grew up, it felt like there was a sense that there were always wars of one sort happening around the world, but there was also a sense that globally we had learned an important lesson. And the important lesson was that a world war should be avoided at all costs. And it felt like some lessons had been learned that were so serious and so important they could never be forgotten. And then between 1970, over the course of my 55 years of life, I can see very, very clearly that these lessons are absolutely 100% being forgotten. And I would say that the current president of America, for example, has absolutely no sense of the reality of the things he is invoking or talking about. And he will sort of casually talk about using the military perhaps to gain Greenland or that is a kind of, it's a very strange concept for somebody who's my age, whose parents had to live through the Second World War and like so I feel like I'm interested to hear from people who know what they're talking about, people like Ray, who understands what he's talking about. And when you see what happens to military, you also see what happens to civilians. You see the same thing as opposed to these kind of crazy fairy stories that people are telling each other instead. And you can see in the world something is changing. The dangers are getting more serious. The dangers are getting more acute. And it almost seems to me in that way, it would be irresponsible to make a war movie that was not trying to be honest, given what might be coming on the horizon. That's it.